So I filmed a full vlog today, but I don't know if I'm gonna put any of the other stuff in because what we just witnessed, it might not, it just might not, or it might need to be a video on its own. So I went and picked up Aldwin, and we were driving to the gym, hang out with TJ, and he saw smoke. Like we didn't see anything. We just saw smoke. He saw smoke. So we turned around, and there was a car in the ditch. But it wasn't just a ditch. It was like big old concrete piece. Car smoked it, like completely destroyed, totaled the car. And we were the first people there, first people on the scene, and Aldwin called the police, and we walked up.
So, first thought was, the car was just completely smashed front end, and to look at the car, you just think there's just no way. There's no way that person, how many people are in there are alive, So you just keep thinking like, I wonder what I'm gonna see, what kind of body parts I'm gonna see.
And then when we got there, there was no movement, there was no consciousness. We thought the body was smashed because the engine went through the steering wheel into the car. But after like 8 minutes of being on the phone, there was a cough, and that's when we realized that the person was actually alive. Because by then we had already told 911 that it was a fatality, and
this one last breath, just guys didn't give up, and it's sad to see something like that happen, but at the same time it's really it's eye-opening to see something like that, to not take anything for granted. I mean, you see this guy. What's really cool was that, before we left, the guy was alive. I don't know if he lived or not, but I just had this, this crazy feeling that I feel like he's gonna pull through this. They had to get the helicopter to pick him up, but what's really cool is that the car was smashed in the front end, and the body, how a normal passenger would be sitting straight, and then his legs would go like this. But for some odd reason, his body was laying across the passenger seat and the driver's seat. So he was like laying like this. And the only way for him to survive that was for him to lay like that. And I don't know if it's a miracle or not, but I really feel like God was with him tonight. And, we just talked about it, and I feel like, it really opened up our eyes to not take anything for granted and just live life to the fullest, what we get out of it. And to witness something like that, makes you want to strive for God greater than
I mean, whether or not you're religious, because I don't talk about religion much. I just, they know I go to church and stuff, but it doesn't matter like who you are or what you are. When you see something like that, like me and Aldwin were talking about, when you see something like that, it makes you think like life's too short to not take your chances that you need. So if you get anything from this, it's like, don't not take your chances, because you're gonna regret it, and life's too short not to take chances. So we talked about like everything, like all the way from like relationship, taking a chance, all the way to like a job, or like whenever I go traveling, or him with his businesses, that you shouldn't be afraid to take a chance, because you're gonna regret it if you don't, and you don't know how short or like how much time you have left in this world.
Yeah. And what's really cool was that Higgs went out of his way to pick me up. He didn't have to pick me up. I could have driven.
Yeah, so that's what we were talking about. So usually Aldwin meets me at the gym, and for some reason I went to pick him up today. So if he would have met me at the gym at 10 instead of me picking him up at 10, we might not have been there, and then we might not have been the person who called. And instead of him hopefully being alive now, he might be in a bag.
Yeah.
So
the car was difficult to see. I don't know. It was just a flash. I turned and I saw it, and I was like, we got to turn around, and you don't get to witness stuff like that every day. But
then we were talking about the good that comes out of this is maybe me and Aldwin, since we were the first people there, the first person to call the ambulance and everything, maybe we were put in that situation, so we see what happens, and hopefully the guy survived, but we see what happens, and it opens our eyes to everything. And you know, you don't know if, you know, somebody comes 30 seconds later, if that's the difference between him being alive or being dead.
Yeah.
So it really opens your eyes, and you have to look at the positive, that hopefully he's going to survive. And we learn a good lesson out of it, even though it's tragic. We learn a really good lesson out of it.
1, 2, 3, 4 things to take away from this is just live life to the fullest. I will say this, like, there is a creator out there. Pray, be thankful for your family, be thankful for your friends, pray for your friends. And you know, life's too short to take anything for granted, to just have a little bit of gratitude and be thankful for what we have. And
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Stop worrying.
Let little stuff go. Don't ruin friendship.
Let it go. You alright?
No.
Yep.
Oh, that's my lower back though.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh,
Sorry.
Also, on a brighter note, not a brighter note, we're doing squats. I know. I really messed up my lower back, and he just flipped me on my back. So, hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully, you know, everything goes good. I don't want this to be such a sad vlog, but it's probably like a once-in-a-lifetime thing that's never gonna happen again, hopefully. So with that being said,
So what are you doing?
Hamstrings.
this kid, man, I swear.
Dude, you got my nipple. So hard.
So until tomorrow, guys, have a great rest of your day. Don't sweat the small things. Life's too short. Later.